Is the person who planned it also included as a blackened with the perpetrator?
No.
Nope! Only the person who actually commits the murder becomes the blackened!
Then there's no incentive to just plan the murder.
But Gonta's such a gentle soul. Why would he agree to this?
Hold on! That hasn't been decided yet!
Who cares about the motive? Let's vote for the culprit already.
Nah.
I care about the motive!
Well, I don't care. Finding the culprit is more important in this class trial.
I care about the motive. I don't care.
Talking about the motive is meaningless. It's not necessary for this specific case.
No matter what you say, I'll never believe your lies.
We all agree that Gonta is the culprit, right? It would be impossible for anyone but him.
Impossible? Why?
I don't know.
It's pretty obvious if you use the process of elimination. Which means, Shuichi, you'll be my partner, right?
Me?
Because if you don't face the truth, then we'll all die, right? And you don't want that, do you? Okay, let's begin!
Quit screwing around! I'm done putting up with your selfish bullshit!
Kaito, we should listen to his explanation. Our lives depend on it.
See, I don't know. It just Kibo's also acting weird. Why is he agreeing with Mikichi so easily?
Suspect list. Shuichi, would you care to explain? I doubt they'll believe it if it came from me.
The reason Kibo, Himiko, and Maki can be eliminated as suspects is because they couldn't access the crime scene.
Oh, it's not Kibo.
They couldn't
I'm sorry.
get to the crime scene, could they?
The bridge from the chapel to the mansion was gone, and only Miu could pass through the wall. The three at the chapel had no way to get to the mansion, so they couldn't have done it. Kaito is the next one off our suspect list, and you know why, right?
Because he was logged out.
Kaito had logged out ahead of us.
Miu logged Kaito out from the start. But she did that to make us think the murder happened in the real world, right? Since we figured out the actual killing happened in the virtual world, it would have been impossible for Kaito, who had already logged out. Miu's time of death was around 6:30 in the morning. That's after Kaito logged out.
Kokichi's completely running the show now.
My synergy with Shuichi is super on point now, so let's move on to the remaining suspects. Gonta, Samugi, Shuichi, and me. Samugi and Shuichi can be crossed off. But what's the reason for that?
We have solid alibis. We were together.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Tsumugi and I are witnesses to each other's alibis.
Both of you heard Miu hitting the chapel wall, right? The culprit was definitely on the roof during that time, since they slid Miu down. Because of that, Shuichi and Samugi can't be the culprit. That leaves only Gonta and me as the remaining suspects.
Then you're the culprit!
Calm down!
Sorry for getting your hopes up, but didn't I already explain that's impossible?
Kokichi's not the culprit because he couldn't have killed Miu, I guess.
Because he could have killed Miu. That's all I gotta say about that.
Pretty much.
Place. Kokichi wasn't capable of strangling her.
So then, it's down to one person. And who was that again? Well, who is it?
Don't answer, Shuichi! You don't need to answer that! This is all Kokichi's trap!
There's only one suspect left, the only person who could have done this. It's just everybody vote for Kokichi, we're just like, we'll let Gonta live.
I'm fine.
He won't live.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gonta will live. Yeah, Gonta will live. Because if he did it, then yeah, we just Kokichi, then we all die.
That is like weird. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Like mist. Aw, I'm sorry, buddy.
Sorry, dude. Man. He was the last person I was like suspecting to be it.
Gonta.
Man.
Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! New Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy. But you forgot everything, so oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing. If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast, especially since he's an idiot.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. This has gotta be Kokichi's trap. I still believe in Gonta. He's not the kind of person who'd kill.
Kaito.
I already said this a million times, Kaito. You shouldn't use emotions to
You want proof? I've got your proof. After Tsumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Oh, Tsuichi and Tsumugi. Gonta. Yeah.
Gonta's talking to himself. Gonta, did you see Kibu around here anywhere?
No, Gonta not see him.
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself. When Yu's avatar crashed into the chapel wall, the culprit must have been on the roof.
I see. If Gonta's the culprit, it'd be weird if he wasn't on the roof.
It's possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof. Is that where Shuichi and Tsumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
Maybe Kokichi did do it.
He jumped off the roof.
Wow. Is my boy about to die?
That's not possible. That rooftop was pretty high up.
Normally, Gonta could have done it, but his avatar wasn't strong enough. How about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
What? Really?
Would have been so nice if that were the truth. If Kaito were right and this horrible trial would just end. But
No, that's wrong.
Oh no, let's go back to Gonta.
What?
Oh no.
Just because Gonta was at the mansion doesn't mean that he isn't the culprit. All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof to outside the mansion. Huh?
Looks
No,
like
he used the
Shuichi
toilet
did it.
paper as a
I'll leave the
rope.
rest to him.
That is true.
Kaito, I know how you feel. I know because we all feel it. But we have to face the truth. No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face it to survive.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
Truth, bud. Calm down.
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that just a lie?
Kaito!
Fine then. I'll tear that sorry reasoning of yours apart and wake you up.
I can't doubt my detective work now. If I want us all to survive, I can't back down. I gotta fight the boy toy. Oh, okay.
Never accept this.
I got distracted by the alien on your lap, my dude.
Yeah, look at that fucking butt cheeks, dude.
Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept this. Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not the kind of guy who kills someone. Damn it! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why don't you
Russell.
believe Gonta?
No, I won't.
Why are you listening to
Russell,
Kokichi?
can I just have you do all my murders in Among
Aren't you
Us?
my sidekick?
Yeah, sure, why not?
That'd be funny if that's if you could do that.
Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi!
Wake up,
Why
Shuichi!
won't you believe Gonta? Why are you... Damn it! Who do you want to believe?
We're coming, guys!
Remember what
Oh yeah, I forgot him taking off his clothes.
Remember how
What?
Gonta
Dude, are we gonna see
always
Kaito
tried to
naked?
protect us? How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth
That
is.
Oh my
body, like,
God.
does not fit Kaito at all.
There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit.
Agreed.
Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us. Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us. How could Gonta be the culprit? Still
Those come up way too quick.
Keep saying the truth this, the truth that, but there's a reason Gonta's not the culprit. Who do you
Oh my
want to
fucking
believe?
god.
Remember what Kokichi has
Oh,
done
God.
to us. Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us. How could
Remember that,
Gonta
Russell.
Be the culprit?
Oh, I
Still
remember.
wanna accuse him.
How can Gonta be the culprit?
He can't.
The truth this, the truth that, but
That thing doesn't fucking last long. Oh my god.
who do you want to believe?
I thought he's almost done.
Remember what Kokichi has done to us.
He needs like one more hit. There you go.
No, he's just in his normal clothes.
No way to leave the mansion rooftop.
Toilet paper outside the mansion. Discovered toilet paper outside the mansion.
Toilet paper discovered outside the mansion.
It ends here.
Yay.
Damn it!
Oh, hello.
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion. That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Mew's body. It was outside the mansion.
Hold on. If they use the toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to. I know because I investigated the roof.
You're stubborn, Kaito. Still going on about this.
Of course I am. I'm gonna believe in Gonta till the very end.
No, there was something that the toilet paper could have been tied to.
What?
Yes, the place where the toilet paper was tied down. Boop.
There!
But how'd they untie it?
Yeah, that's
The
something.
binoculars on the rooftop.
True.
The toilet paper could have been tied there. However, I don't think the culprit
Oh,
actually tied it
okay.
down there.
That makes sense.
They just hung it. And then used the doubled up toilet paper to climb down. But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
And then roll it back up
Yep,
neatly.
that's correct, because I came up with that idea.
Really?
But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I guess he ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by.
Oh.
Looks like Kaito's morale is shot, so this whole thing is done now.
I'm sure Russell's is too. You alive?
Don't talk to me.
I'm sorry.
Nobody talk. I need a moment of mourning.
Oh.
Hey, I feel
The
for him.
matter
It sucks.
does appear to be settled.
Yeah, it sucks when you lose your favorite character.
Like, I was making a joke earlier to Russell, saying, "Are you ready for Gonta to be the victim, be the culprit here?" And I was making a joke because I thought there was no way in hell that Gonta would be the culprit at all.
Yeah, sometimes you have that. At least
Sometimes
all
you
my
find
favorite
things.
characters are just like straight up crazy, so you just think they're gonna murder somebody. So I expect it.
That... it's...
No.
So, it's true. Gonta really kill Mew.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Anyway, just admit your crime, Gonta. Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But why did Gonta do such terrible thing?
Wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me.
No, what? Sushi.
I think it's trying to tell him stop bossing him around.
Maybe.
Like, you're not a detective. I am.
Yeah, I get you.
Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay? When you're convinced, you just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay.
No. I'm getting like actually sad.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, that was very sad.
The last time something hit me like that was what was it? It was Gundam. When Gundam died and his hamsters were left alone.
Yeah, that's
That
sad
got
too.
me.
Yeah. I think the first time I saw that, like the Gundam one, whenever I watched Nico B play it, I like actually was very upset because obviously Gundam's like my favorite character from that game, and I love his little hamsters, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, now I'm so torn because Kokichi was such my favorite character because he was just, like caused chaos and all of this happens. Now I'm conflicted with Kokichi.
Yeah.
They really made him evil in this.
Yeah, you can see why they kept on saying that he's really gonna hate Kokichi, the Game Grumps.
Oh man. Oh man. Whew, I am very conflicted with Kokichi right now because Byakuya was a dick, but he wasn't like that much of a dick. He was just kind of like, he just liked to make things interesting. And then Nagita was just crazy.
Yeah, Nagito was crazy. Do we have Kaito yet?
I like how they put them in like the little chibi forms.
Nah, it's kind of cute.
That sucks, man. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Russell, you want a hug?
What did I say about talking to me? I'm in mourning.
Okay, sorry. I just thought you wanted a hug. Yeah, just stop being a best man at my wedding. You'd want a hug and everything, but you know, whatever.
I'm in mourning.
Alright. Well, I won't talk then. I'll just give you this.
No.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We couldn't even put Gonta in a little chibi form. Okay, so I guess that would be at the end.
Man, they're gonna show like Gonta crying at the end too. God damn
he's
it.
gonna be bald baby, and I guarantee you. Why does that look like Teen Titans?
I don't even want to watch to death, man. I don't even want to watch to death. I'm gonna feel so sad.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
After being convinced by Mew, we all logged in to the virtual world. To log in, You have to plug the memory and consciousness cords into the device.
You think somebody would have like stepped up and helped Gonta, you know what I mean? Because he even said about how he wasn't good with the technology and this and that, so they just let him do that shit. Like, Soichi, you think Soichi would have been like, I'll help you, buddy, and got up and plugged him in for him and set him up and then would went in?
So, we all plugged those cords into our helmets and entered the virtual world. But the culprit had accidentally plugged their cords into the wrong ports. Because of this, a connection error occurred between the culprit's brain and their avatar. As a result, the culprit would forget everything that happened in the virtual world. It's possible that this had an effect on their avatar's
flipped me off.
personality as well.
Gonta, why you flip me off?
Because I can't believe that someone so kind could commit murder.
Because he knows you voice Kokichi.
But we had no idea this error even happened. And so, we all logged in one by one. Meanwhile, Mew was the last to log in. She had modified the killing game simulator so she could accomplish a specific goal. After Mew confirmed we were all logged in, she took out the bottle of poison and placed it on Kokichi's seat. This was done to make it look like Kokichi was killed by poison when we returned. Yes, the reason Mew modified the simulator and brought us to the virtual world was to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, but make it look like he had died in the real world.
So early on in the game, you called that Mew would kill somebody, and technically she tried.
Yeah. She tried. She failed.
After we had all logged in,
Aw, Kibo's so cute, his little chibi.
Use the salon phone to log out. Objects are unbreakable. Your avatars use all 5 senses. She also explained the map of the virtual world in the mansion's entrance hall, but her explanation was intentionally false. She wanted us to misunderstand the world. However, one of us was able to see through her scheme. The very person Mew was trying to kill, Kokichi. Kokichi was going to use Mew's plan against her and plotted her murder. But Kokichi wouldn't do it himself. He used a patsy to be the culprit in this case. Kokichi was tight-lipped about the motive, so I don't know why the culprit agreed. But it seems as though right after logging in, when Kokichi and the culprit went outside,
I honestly don't remember, but if I had a bet, it was something like, oh, she's trying to kill me, you need to save me, Gonta, kind of thing.
They were already working together to execute the murder. Eventually, we met up with Kokichi and crossed the river to the chapel.
I like that Kaito's avatar is actually taller than Kokichi's avatar. They're cute like that.
Mew had us split up to try to find some secret of the outside world. Kaito, Kokichi, Gonta, Tsumugi, and I investigated the mansion, while Maki, Himiko, Kibo, and Mew investigated the chapel. Splitting us up was also part of Mew's plan. At the chapel, Mew told Maki that she was going to look around outside. She chased after our group while we were heading towards the mansion.
Skedaddling.
Once she made sure we were across, she dropped the bridge into the river.
Like, if she went through with the Kokichi thing, wouldn't that be like the number one, like, hey, yeah, why'd you throw the fucking sign? Trying to kill him?
This was to trick us into thinking that the river separated the mansion and chapel. At the time, we thought nothing of it. It was just another one of Mew's pranks. That's why we continued with the original plan to find the secret of the outside world. We went to the mansion and split up to look for clues. Kokichi searched the salon. Kaito searched the roof. Tsumugi searched the dining room. I searched the kitchen. And finally, the culprit searched outside the mansion. Around that time, Mew was headed for the wall that was on the side of the chapel. She passed through the wall and headed for the mansion to kill Kokichi. You see, the wall was a special wall that Mew had added herself. This wall was programmed so that only objects could pass through. And Mew had changed her avatar settings from human to object. That was the hidden route she prepared for herself. She set up a wall that only she could pass through. Mew headed toward the mansion, but she was seen by Tsumugi on the way.
The mansion?
When she entered the mansion, she pulled out her cell phone. She didn't tell us that there was another way to log out. Then, she spoke a name into the phone, which forced that person to log out. It was Kaito who was on the roof at the time, the same roof where Kokichi and Mew were going to meet. By having Kaito search the roof and then forcing him to log out, she was making him look the most suspicious. But her plan didn't go smoothly. Kokichi was waiting on the roof with a culprit and the toilet paper used to kill Mew. While Mew was distracted by Kokichi, the culprit snuck up from behind.
Wow.
And used the toilet paper from the mansion's bathroom to strangle Mew. This was only possible because objects in the virtual world are unbreakable.
Yeah, didn't you say something too about one of the class trials? Like, oh, if Kokichi ends up dead, it's definitely Mew who did it. She was trying.
Mew's avatar was strangled to death, and the shock killed Mew in the real world.
Well, let's be fair. Kokichi was in self-defense.
Kokichi left the cleanup to the culprit and left the roof.
Yeah, but he made somebody else do it. That's the problem with that. It's not exactly a Leon.
He probably returned to the salon as soon as he could to avoid drawing suspicion. The culprit then took the lattice from the storage room and placed Mew's body on top along with the hammer and the cell phone. The culprit heaved the lattice over the railing and forcefully slid it down the roof slope. With a body on top of it, the lattice became a makeshift sled and flew off the roof.
Oh yeah, it did.
It
Surprised
went through
the
wall
hammer and the cell phone stayed on the whole time.
Before crashing into the chapel. That was the crashing sound that Kibo heard in the chapel and we heard in the mansion.
Hell yeah, it was.
Mew's wall hid the fact that the mansion and chapel were actually right next to each other.
Giant mansion.
We're in mourning, Mikey.
Just try to lighten up the mood before we all start crying when we see Gunther crying.
Just joking, you're good. Obviously, I knew this was coming, but it doesn't make it any easier.
That's why Tsumugi and I were able to hear the crash from the mansion.
The mansion.
Bam.
As the final step, the culprit had to then get off the roof. Because we were at the mansion, they couldn't take the stairs or they'd be seen. So they used the toilet paper again to escape from the rooftop.
And they wiped their ass the whole way down.
Slides down like a stripper.
The binoculars on the roof. And used it like a rope to climb down. Once the culprit was safely on the ground, they pulled at the toilet paper to retrieve it. They would have returned it to the bathroom, but they ran into us as we were leaving the mansion. In a panic, the culprit tossed the toilet paper somewhere nearby.
Like, it probably would have been a smarter idea to be like, hey, I found this outside. And they wouldn't have, like, known. I don't know. I guess it's a gamble one way or the other.
We might never have solved this case because the culprit doesn't remember.
No.
This is the truth you've forgotten, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist. Gonta, this is the truth we've reached.
Sorry. Going to not really understand. Because going to not smart boy. But if everyone agree, then everyone probably right.
No.
Going to trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Going to kill Mew. Forget everything. Going to even think he not do anything bad. And then going to try to blame someone else. And make everyone suffer.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they really could have gotten away with him. Like, making an interesting trial and make Gonta the murderer. Because I guarantee if he murdered somebody to protect somebody else, there would be no trial. He'd just be like, yeah, I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Why go to do such terrible thing?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It's Kokichi's fault. He must have tricked Gonta.
Huh? I totally didn't trick him. Before we go into that, it's voting time. We should finish up the class trial first.
But is this the right answer? We're not being fooled by Kokichi?
For once, I wish that we were.
Huh? Wrapping things up already? What a buzzkill of an ending! It lacks the rush of previous voting times. Well, after so many killing games, I guess it was bound to happen eventually.
It's just as well. This killing game is a bad influence on the baby.
Oh my, Monotaro. You're even starting to look like a father.
Yeah! I gotta
Please
get
stop.
my act together for the baby.
Please stop.
Now then, pull yourselves together and let's begin! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off! It's voting